Tell me, are you the church girl Beyonce talks about?
Luz, I am the church girl Beyonce talks about. That song embodies everything about me. Breaking down those lyrics, she says, as soon as I get in this party, I'm gonna let go of this body. And that's me. I love to dance. Dance is a form of self-expression. She says, I was born free. Nobody can judge me. And then she says, it's like that adult in your life, or even yourself, like, you got church in the morning, but then she says, you're doing God's work, you're going in. And that's what I am is about, is going within and finding the answers within that guide us to our higher self.
You often use the phrase from holy to holy.
From holy to holy, from HOLY to WHOLLY. And holiness was a way of life. It was a doing, it was a being. And holy is a way of becoming. It's a journey, it's a continual process. And for me, wholeness is tapping into the reservoir within where all things lie, fitness, food, finance, all of the things within inside of us that we have to have a healthy relationship with, neglecting no parts of our soul. So it's not a rigid journey. It is an open journey to discover yourself and actually just create and cultivate healthy relationships with every facet of your being. My background is education, and I actually have an undergraduate degree in education. I was a teacher because that was my lifelong dream, and I actually love what I did. But personal education happened with my husband. He actually led this journey for us. I think 2 years into our marriage, he subscribed to Success Magazine. When he subscribed to that magazine, it came with a CD. And every morning before we went to work, we would listen to this CD. And it just changed my life. These stories from Nito Kabeen, Rabbi Shmuley, Tony Robbins, Mel Robbins, the story around Get Fit Like Brit, T.D. Jakes, and, all of these stories that just were empowering because we're real people, entrepreneurs that came into a space together collectively and sharing their story. And it empowered me. It changed my life. And it was the first time I would say, invested in my personal development because it was renewal time. And Julian was like, JV, I think it was $99. And I'm like, $100? I'm young, I'm teaching, I don't have $100. But I invested. And it felt good to invest in myself, my personal development. So Jim Rohn said it best when he said, formal education will make you a living, but personal education will make you a fortune because there is an abundance within us and that we can only get from going within. So if we go within, that is the highest education. It's our own exploration of our soul and our journey with self.
So your mission statement says, I am is about refining self. Can you say that loud and also elaborate on that?
Yes, I am to be refined, not defined. I am to be refined, not defined. And I think, as a young lady growing up, seeing women in my life and admiring many and inspired by many, but also understanding that I didn't want to stop at being a wife. I didn't want to stop at being a mom. I didn't want to just be a teacher. I wanted to be myself. And so refining is a process. It's a continual journey instead of just in a box, label, and feeling limited. So yes, refining is a process, continual journey. And I want young ladies to know that you're being everything while being these other things. And diamonds, if we look at ourselves as a beautiful diamond, a large diamond, it is to be polished. It is not to be broken down, fragmented, and rationed out. So we continue to refine ourselves on this journey.
So you speak a lot about discipline. How has that impacted your life?
So discipline is the foundation for me for it all. I know it can be a challenging word, a tough word for many, but instead of using that as correction in my life, I use it as connection to my soul. And it's a great foundation to show up every day in life because oftentimes, the goal of discipline is to be nurtured by a higher self. Our comfortable self doesn't want us to do the things, but our higher self will tell us to do this because you have goals, you have dreams, you have values. And so to discipline yourself is to do things in your life that's going to take you to higher heights. And that's why I am uses, I call them the F-bombs, faith, family, fitness, fashion, finance, food, these things that we have to do every day. Why not show it for them in a healthy way? And discipline is self-love. I am is about self-love. It is about reprogramming the mind one habit at a time. So discipline to me is self-love, and that's what we do on IM. We lead young ladies, we teach them habits that will reprogram their mind one habit at a time.
Okay, cool. So we're gonna go one more time.
Okay.
We had that little interruption.
Okay.
Yes, cut.
Francisco, like, where's my cue?